What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my second Browns video of the day. And as you guys know by now, we are officially 1 week away from the 2023 NFL trade deadline, which is at 4 p.m. next Tuesday on Halloween, October 31st. And when it comes to the Browns, there hasn't really been a whole lot going around. Of course, I did talk about an article posted by Diana Rossini, who now works for The Athletic, where she talked about the Browns possibly looking at adding an offensive lineman and maybe a receiver before the deadline. And I would 100% be down with that, depending on who it is, of course. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 potential trade targets for the Cleveland Browns before next week's trade deadline. And I have to add, 3 are somewhat realistic options, and 2 are just straight up outrageous. Like, if we get any of these guys, bro, Browns Twitter would explode. You're going to want to see who I'm talking about when it comes to my outrageous targets. But before I get into that, I got some news to talk about regarding another team that we might be looking to poach from. And it's a team that we absolutely smashed in the face a couple weeks ago. In fact, it was against this team that Deshaun Watson had arguably his best game as a Cleveland Brown. And of course, if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm talking about the Tennessee freaking Titans. As Jordan Schultz, who now works for Bleacher Report, was on the app earlier talking about the trade deadline. And as you can see, courtesy of the Bleacher Report Gridiron Twitter page, this is what was tweeted out a little bit earlier today. And I quote, "Everyone really is available on Titans ahead of the trade deadline, and that starts with Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins, per at Schultz Report in the BR app." Man, could you imagine if the Browns really went out and acquired Derrick Henry? Just imagine if that happens. Before you ask, he's not in my 5 targets portion of this video. But my God, could you just imagine if that actually happens? Like, we lose Nick Chubb and we replace him with Derrick Henry. That would tell me all I need to know about Andrew Berry's thoughts towards this season. Like, we really are in like a winning window right now. Like, we're trying to win now almost. Because if you think about it, we don't have too much time left with Chubb and Garrett and all the rest of our core. Because obviously they're going to get older. You know, we have limited time with those guys, especially at their best. Not to mention, Chubb's injured, and who knows if he'll be at that level again. Because it's going to be tough coming back from what he suffered, an MCL and ACL tear. Ugh. I don't even think he's had the ACL surgery yet. Right? But I'm sure he'll be at least somewhat back to his old self, but it's going to be a while. Man, DeAndre Hopkins, you know, all offseason I heard the Browns were looking to possibly acquire him, and it never happened. And I know a lot of Browns fans were bummed out. So yeah, if Andrew Berry goes out and trades for him from the Titans, Browns fans that wanted him would be happy. Me, I'd love it because again, we'd be reuniting D Hop with Deshaun, and then of course we'd have the other D Hop too. So we'd get both of them anyway. But yeah, that would be interesting to see what happens with Henry and Hopkins before the trade deadline if they get moved, which you never know. Now, shout out to Jack Duffin, who is the capologist on 247 Sports on the Orange and Brown Report page. He really knows his stuff in regards to cap space and stuff. He posted this tweet in response to that BR Gridiron tweet. And as you can see, he essentially listed off potential options for trading and the contracts that remain. So, for instance, as he tweeted, yeah, contracts for the rest of the season. Tannehill, 16.5 million. Not to mention he's hurt. I don't think he's going anywhere. Henry, 6.4 million. Autry, a guy that I honestly wouldn't be mad if we went out and got, 4.4 million. Armani Hooker, 3.9. Teair Tart, 2.6. Brewer, 2.6. Hopkins, 1.3. Very affordable for any team that would want to go get him. And I believe that's Arden Key, $812,000. 2024 guarantees. And then he added, would forget Landry and Simmons before someone asks. I already know people are going to be like, could we get those guys? No. First of all, the Titans, I don't think are even going to think about trading those two. And if they do put them on the block, they're going to be demanding like first round picks for them. Now, they're going to be way too expensive for us. But my God, could you imagine though if we finessed Jeffrey Simmons? Oh my God. Our D line would be damn near impenetrable. Landry, too. Like I said, we're not going nowhere. Now, to wrap up this Titans portion of the video, Easton Freeze yesterday tweeted this out. Hashtag, and I quote, hashtag Titans players that could be traded before the deadline. What I'm seeing fans hope to get for them, and what I think you could actually get. He listed Tannehill, Henry, Hopkins, Autry, Christian Fulton, and Teair Tart. So yeah, fans apparently think that they could get a second or a third for Tannehill, or a second and a third for Henry, a third for Hopkins, a fourth for Autry, a fifth for Fulton, and a fourth for Tart. And Easton thinks that they'll probably get a fourth for Tannehill, a fifth for Henry, a fourth for Hopkins, a sixth for Autry. I'll do that for real. Seventh for Fulton, and a fifth for Tart. Interesting. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the Titans. Of course, they already traded Byard to the Eagles, and I don't think they're done moving guys. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if Andrew Berry maybe calls them up and tries to finesse Denico Autry or something from them. That'd be cool though. But now let's get into the main portion of this video. My 5 Browns targets before the trade deadline. And I based this off of the Bleacher Report article series where they talk about 5 weaknesses for every team. And for the Browns, the weaknesses listed were offensive tackle, wide receiver, interior D-line, defensive end, and running back. So, again, I said 3 were somewhat realistic and 2 were downright outrageous. So with that being said, again, these are not in order. So let's get into it, starting with my 3 somewhat realistic trade options. First one being Panthers wide receiver DJ Chark, a guy that I wanted this offseason in free agency. Of course, he decided to go play for the Panthers, go play with the rookie QB. Hasn't gone too well, and I wonder if he really wants out, because I haven't really heard much about him. But yeah, I would definitely call up Carolina and be like, hey, yo, what you want for DJ Chark, huh? Hey, yo, DJ, you want to come play with us? Huh? Yeah, come play with us. Yeah, we'll save you, buddy. Get you out of that hellhole. Put some wins on your record. The next one is a guy that I've talked about many times, Garrett Bowles. I don't even need to talk about Garrett Bowles. You already know my feelings towards him. And my third somewhat realistic trade target, Dalvin Cook. It's obvious. Again, we lost Nick Chubb for the year. And right now we have Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt. To be honest, Jerome Ford isn't bad. But what we saw against the Colts, he had that monster run, and after that, he didn't really do much. And he got hurt. So, yeah, it puts us in an interesting situation. Yep, right now our running back room is literally Kareem Hunt and Pierre Strong. Lovely. Then they also brought back Jordan Wilkins on the practice squad. Mr. Fumbleitis. But yeah, I mean, I would take Dalvin Cook again because he would know Kevin Stefanski's system. Wouldn't take him long to acclimate, and he's still got a little bit of juice left in that tank of his. Yeah, He's still a really good back. I would definitely take him in Cleveland. Now, as far as my two extremely outrageous trade targets, the first one, Washington Commanders defensive end Montez Sweat. Now, for those of you out there that are thinking, ain't no way they're trading him, I saw a tweet from, I believe it was Josina Anderson, that literally said teams were calling the Commanders inquiring about Sweat and Chase Young. I swear to God, bro, if Andrew Berry pulls this off, I would never doubt him ever again. But Crazy Dog, you already got. I don't care. I don't care that we already got Za'Darius and Obo and all those guys. You can never have too many pass rushers. And not to mention, Jim Schwartz moves these guys around all over the place. Seriously, could you imagine a front four of Miles, right? Let's say Shelby Harris, Dalvin Tomlinson, and Montez Sweat. Well, how about this one? When they want to go all edge rushers, Miles, Obo, Montez, Za'Darius. Good luck getting away from that. Oh, now again, am I saying we're going to get him? No. But if we did, oh my God, it would set Brown's Twitter ablaze. Speaking of setting Brown's Twitter ablaze, my final outrageous trade target is none other than not Chase Young. Nope, not Danielle Hunter either. Leonard Williams from the Giants. Reuniting him with Dalvin Tomlinson. Yes, please. Yes, please. I just got him mixed up with Dexter. You know what, Giants? You just play with Dexter. Literally, I'm ready. I don't really care. But yeah, Leo Williams with Alvin in the middle. And then you have Miles and whoever, Za'Darius or Obo or someone else on the other side. Oh my God. Oh man. That would be nuts. That would be insane. Yep. That would be illegal. No, it'd be very legal, but it would seem like it'd be illegal. Because ain't no way a GM like Barry should be able to just finesse Leo Williams or Montez Sweat away for really nothing. But it would tell us a lot about Andrew Berry's attitude towards this season and this team, right? With how good our defense is, you could add Leo and Montez or whatever and just send us to the moon. It'd be insane. Oh my God. Look at me. I'm going to start fantasizing. I better stop this video because it's going to get crazy out here, bro. For real. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of my 5 trade targets. And is there anyone out there that you would add to this list? I mean, I know there's so many guys that you guys would probably put on this list, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And I know a lot of you two are thinking, watch Crazy Dog get all hyped up for the trade deadline only for the Browns to do nothing. It wouldn't surprise me because we haven't usually done anything before the deadline. Although, this is probably the best we've been before the deadline. Although 2020, we were really good, but that deadline was weird because the whole thing. You know, there was all kinds of things that you had to get through, hoops that you had to go through to make trades. You know, and we'll see what happens. So I expect chaos over the next week or so, and we'll see if Andrew Berry makes any moves. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. As always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, become a member for exclusive perks and all that other wonderful stuff. And if you haven't realized by now, I got my main computer back, so we're going to be cooking out content left and right over the next week or so. And oh yeah, Cavs are back tomorrow. Can't freaking wait. You already know I'll be live. Nets and Cavs tomorrow. Should be a banger. But yeah, I got one more video coming out tonight. That will be my Cavs season preview. Go over the roster and everything and maybe talk a little bit about it. Won't be a long video at all. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the Dog Pound as always. And see you guys later. Go Browns. I'm Crazy Dog. And I'm out. For now.